Hey guys, so this is a general reading for Aries. That's Aries Sun, Rising, Moon, Venus. Anyone that has predominantly Aries in their chart, so if Aries is the strongest sign for you. If you're not sure what the strongest sign for you is, I do personal natal chart readings. You can check out my website below. It's astrology.com, and I can do a comprehensive breakdown of what is going on in your personal chart, because the sign of the sun isn't necessarily the one that you connect most to. So I'm doing a series of videos that look at planets in the sign, so where the major planets are in the zodiac currently. For you, I want to do something a little different. I mean, there you currently are hosting Chiron, which is in fact not a planet, it's an asteroid, but it is, in my opinion, one of the more powerful planets, both in the natal. It's not a planet, as I said, but it seems to be one of the more powerful sort of instigators of internal change, at least. And a Chiron transit can be incredibly powerful if you're sensitive to Chiron. We have different sensitivities to different planets. So Chiron has been in your sign since February and will stay there for a long time, for 8 years, until spring 2027. So if your birthday is on or around March 26th, you will be currently experiencing a Chiron conjunct the sun transit. If your birthday is before that, you will have already been through it. So what does this mean? Well, Chiron is known as the wounded healer. It can bring our vulnerabilities to the surface, particularly as it pertains to, I find, the past and old unresolved wounds. When we have a strong Chiron transit, the stuff that we haven't looked at, the things that haunt us, will start to come to the fore of our conscious thinking. And it can be painful, I'm not going to lie. I have found Chiron transits to be tough. However, depending on how Chiron aspects your natal chart, you may experience this differently. And the conjunction, when the planet or asteroid in this case is on the exact natal point or degree position with the ascendant, is neither good nor bad. It's the most intense transiting aspect we can experience. It's when the planetary energy sort of overcomes the natal planet. So with the sun, with the moon, I think with Chiron, there's only so long we can continue with our unconscious patterns, and some of these things do need to be healed, and Chiron will show you what needs to be healed, and that can be a huge release to break out of old patterns. However, we don't always know what they are, and Chiron may show us, but it can be painful work. It can also be a time of overcoming, especially with the conjunction, overcoming these old patterns, of letting go of some old beliefs and also old wounds, things that you might have held on to for too long. So I'm going to do a sort of a general tarot reading. It may or may not resonate with you. If you like my energy, please do check back another time. I'll be posting plenty of readings, so maybe next time it will be your story. But yeah, just to see how the sort of collective Aries is processing these, the presence of Chiron. I tend to be quite a slow reader. I like to engage with the images rather than the traditional meanings of the cards. Now, this meanings can be reversed, so this may be your story, or it may be the story of somebody that you are closely connected to in some way. But let's see what we have here. Okay. This deck is very visually stimulating, I find. It's by a German painter. Okay. Okay. I mean, so off the bat we have the Nine of Feathers here, which in the traditional deck is the Nine of Swords, which does tend to indicate worry, going over old things, which is just the kind of Chiron energy we were just talking about. I'm getting a lot of shame from this card. I don't know if you can see at the bottom here, there's these kind of wispy figures and people around, but they're quite vague, kind of amorphous. I don't know if, Aries, some of you have a living situation where there's quite a few people around, so maybe it's sort of roommates, housemates, friends. I'm getting just like a living situation with quite a few people, more than what is typical. And this, I feel you might be finding quite overwhelming. Just a lot of sort of competing energy. However, I think there's something here, or someone, which is very intriguing for you, somebody that has caught your eye in your vicinity. So we feel like for some of you that may be in a living situation, or maybe be somebody connected to somebody that you live with potentially. And I feel like you maybe have experienced quite a strong connection with this person, and you maybe don't know what to make of it. I feel like this person may have attempted to initiate something with you. And it's interesting. I feel like on the one hand, you feel quite soothed by their energy, like you feel quite relaxed around them. And that, I do think this nine energy has to do with, I think, Aries, you may have been through quite a few painful, whether it's breakups or just failed connections in the past that are really, really playing on your mind, and that you sort of maybe haven't processed or dealt with. And this is really creating a barrier between you and this person, because I feel like this connection is very, quite intense for you. And you, at once feel sort of relaxed with this person. It feels sort of drama free, and that, I think that's might be its appeal for you. You just feel at ease with this person. But things from the past, where maybe there was a whole lot more drama or wounding involved, are causing you to hold back. However, I feel like there might be something coming up. You maybe feel like you're going to have to face this pretty soon. It may be that you fear this person will lose interest if you keep holding back, or maybe I suppose you might fear they have a lot of, they might have other options if you don't claim them, basically. You may fear that. It's not necessarily true. I don't think it is true. I think this person, you've caught this person's eye as well. I feel like, Aries, you also have a lot on at the moment. You're doing a lot. And I feel like you're working really hard on something you love, and it's really, really going well. You know, you've put a lot into it and you feel great and you feel very much in a kind of rhythm with it. It's sort of your focus. So at the same time, I think this attraction that's happening for you is sort of, it is bringing up old stuff, but it's also kind of not unwelcome. It's just that I think you may have reached a sort of balance in different areas, and you might fear, because of past experiences, that opening yourself up to a new relationship may cause imbalance there, because I think you really are sort of in the flow in certain areas of your life. But let's have a look more deeply at this connection between you and this person. Yeah, Chloe. So that's the Four of Wands again. I feel like, and this is pretty specific, so it may not be for everyone, that there may be some kind of event coming up, something in which you will be on show, or something that you do is going to be visible. I'm getting a kind of performance vibe or something like that. Whatever, something where you will be showing your work. And I think you have fears around this person's eyes on you and that causing distraction. Again, I feel like this connection is very intense. I think this person can be intense. You might have mixed feelings about this, Aries. You might feel quite... Intimidation isn't the right word. I don't think this person is anyway... It's not intimidation, but rather a kind of force of this person's attraction almost to you. It's quite mysterious, I think, and I think you have some fears about meeting their expectations, or whether they truly see... maybe you feel that they put you on a bit of a pedestal, and whether they truly see you for you. Or maybe there's a little bit of a kind of misty-eyed thing, and you might fear, I suppose, that them being let down or just not being able to meet their expectations. So you're holding back. There's a lot of uncertainty, I can tell, around this for you, around how you feel about this person. I think you have acknowledged the intensity of the bond, of the connection, but you're holding back. And I feel like it is very much to do with past connections, past people. I think there may be someone from the past that is really, you may be... I think there's an old wound here, or there's some kind of past heartbreak that is... You may have become aware that it needs some work. You need to put some work into it before you can move on with this person. So I want to have a deeper look at this. About what this past connection might be. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you have really been betrayed in the past, Aries, by somebody that you may have been in a relationship with, or romantic connection, I feel very much that this person betrayed your trust. I think it may have been unfaithful or deceptive. Somebody that really made you question your values in love, in relationships, quite deeply. And I think that process is still happening for you, like you're really considering what you will and will not tolerate, and whether your values are realistic, whether you can sort of ask of someone else to kind of uphold them. I think perhaps you question, can I find somebody that is loyal, that is faithful? I think this person's actions really betrayed you. This person may still be around also in your social circle. I have that feeling. So there's a very sort of present, physical reminder of them. They may be around, which can be a reason why you have not dealt with it. I think you're suffering a huge amount of indecision and mental back and forth about whether you want something new and whether you're truly ready for it, whether you have dealt with past situations, whether you feel kind of clear and ready to be open to this new person. The fear of rejection here is very strong, and you may have felt in the past, this past person that I think who may have betrayed you, I think led you to really, 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 really knock your confidence and put you in a situation where you had to kind of, you don't feel confident in what you have to offer. I think this person coming in is making you feel renewed, but they're also causing you to see that you have work to do on building your sort of own self-respect, self-value, and I think you know that you need to, if you want to enter into a new relationship, that you need to build, to stand strong in yourself and values, I think, what you want in a relationship, somebody that will honor your needs and, being on the same page of something. So that's, I think, Aries, this is something that you want to communicate with this person. You want to talk to him, or I'm getting this predominantly male energy, it may not be a he, about these things that you're going through. And I think that's a really good move, to be honest about things that have happened in the past and how that has led you to reconsider your values and what kind of relationship you want to be in. I think it's really, really important to address that openly with this person, and before jumping into it. But I think that is what you want. Yes. Okay. That is what you want, and I think you should, this connection is not something to be passed up, Aries, I think, and I feel like you know that. And I think if you can get to the point where you can be really open and really clear in your communication and take things slow, this relationship, I think, has the potential to be really healing for you. And yeah, okay, well, whoever that was for, I wish you luck. I hope that resonated with someone. If it did, please like and subscribe below, and I'll see you next time, Aries.